Hello, my name is Holly Knight. I'm the owner of Prism Direction. Prism Direction was originally created for transgender rights. As an activist, I believe that it's very important to educate people internally and externally. What I mean by that is the internal, there are a lot of transgender people I think that needs to understand where we're going and where we need to go as legally in society, and externally, of course. It's very important that people understand the transgender situation, you know, what's going on with us. So I think it's very important on the education. In my opinion, being an activist, it's very, very difficult to get people that don't, for let's say, vote for us, to convince them to vote in favor of employment rights, for example, for transgender people if they don't understand what it really means to be transgender. And I think there's a lot of things out there that are myths, misunderstandings about what a transgender person is. So as an educator, as a former educator, that's what Prism Direction does. But one of the things is that Prism Direction and myself, what I've decided is I want to make a change. And partly the reason I want to make a change is based on some things that's going on recently. The Title VII Civil Rights Act was in 1964. And I don't think they took in consideration at that point anything other than it was pretty much a race decision for women decision, but I don't think they took in consideration other minorities, for example, the LGBT people. They didn't take consideration at that time the handicapped people. We had to, since then, come up with EEOC statements that included people that were handicapped. We had to take in consideration now, with lack of laws, people that are LGBT or T. And again, so I don't think they took that consideration. So one of the movements that I would like to continue, and one of the movements that Prism Direction is going toward is, at this point, instead of really fighting specifically for transgender rights, which I believe we need to continue, or gay rights, which is LGBT, or LGB rights, I would like to say that it's time that we start considering that you do not need to discriminate against anybody that is a human being. Get rid of the race, the color, the creed, the LGB, the T, any of those things, and just say that if you're a human being, you have the right to be treated as equal. And I'd like to see that. I think that's what the civil rights movement was for. I think that's what they're trying to say, and at some point, I hope that's where we get. So that's where I'm moving. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.